boy. Let's continue on with the Pillars of the Earth. I think we're in chapter 9, if I'm not mistaken. But ahoy to everyone. Hope you have a great Saturday. So let's continue on. Book 2. If not mistaken, we had to go to talk to Philip to leave. Return to work.
Yeah, if I talk to Tom now, he'll insist I stay at the construction site and work. Am I really done out here?
Stay outside a while longer.
I think I'll go and see Tom later.
Yeah. Huh. Would Martha have an idea about the washing girls?
There must be an easier way to do the fulling. We don't grind wheat with our hands anymore, so why do we still do the fulling like that?
I don't know. Maybe because no one came up with a better way of doing it.
But I found a way.
Oh, hello again. Didn't you want to talk to Aliena?
Maybe. I need to go.
See you around, Jack.
So...
The sub-prior has to handle everything he neglects. Everything. As sub-prior, I have even more responsibilities than the prior himself.
We'll go talk to the girls then?
And more worries.
Maybe she's out at the mill?
Locked. The monks don't want people to disturb them, I guess.
Okay. Go talk to them. You're Mr. Braxton.
They have problems with their hands and feet. Maybe I can find a way to help them.
I have the idea, for F's sake.
Maybe I can find a way to help them.
Okay, do I have to go to the mill then? But I've been there already.
I will build a fulling mill. Not just yet, but soon.
The watch streak is broken for me? Yeah. It happened for me as well.
I will build a fulling mill. Not just yet.
Not on your stream, but I can't. I think it broke on Mitro's stream the other day. Like I had like 43 something streaks. Then I went into a streak. Then I lost it.
I will build a fulling mill. Not just yet, but soon. I will build... No, he's...
I keep saying it's going to be third. Yeah. The shit is broken and it has never worked. I remember when they first introduced it. It was also broke. Oh, I have to go back to Aliena's house.
Nope. I should go to Philip and tell him the good news.
But I've just been there for F's sake. Okay, I'll go talk to Philip then.
Are you all right? Is something troubling you?
The Priory does not have the money to pay the workers early and to spend more on building materials. Not even if we sell all our wool at the Fleece Fair in Shiring.
Oh, that is a problem.
Of course that's a problem. Jack, please.
He already has enough worries of his own. Why are your monks allowed to walk around and contemplate, and I'm not?
Listen to Tom and do as you are told.
Yeah, if I talk to Tom now, he'll insist I stay at the construction site and work. Am I really done out here? I think I'll go and see Tom.
What's wrong?
Fulling the wool is hard work, isn't it?
Back-breaking. That's why we don't have much cloth to sell. At least they sell well. Why do you ask?
I thought I had an idea. Maybe not. There must be an easier way to do the fulling. We don't grind wheat with our hands anymore, so...
I don't know.
Hello, Milius.
Jack, and Jonathan. This is not the best of times.
Brother Cuthbert could have been a little more careful in storing the apples down here.
I'm sure it's fine, Brother Andrew.
I am not so sure. Even the salt is damp.
Cuthbert knew what he was doing.
What is Brother Andrew up to?
We will get a new cellarer soon. Andrew is preparing everything.
So Braxton, the Night of the Rabbit, is it
Maybe
really
they should
show
get
up
a new
too?
kitchen
The
as well.
puzzles, or I feel a lot of frustration when you're
If
playing
what
it.
Cuthbert did was not good enough, then what I can do can't be much better. Cuthbert knew so much more than I did.
1, 2, 3,
Better not. I don't want to disturb him.
5.
The Fullers have trouble with their hands.
Of course they have. It's worse than salting fish.
What can we do about it? Do you think there's a remedy?
Your mother should know. She knows all about herbs. Cuthbert, too.
What about you?
I don't know much about herbs. I still haven't got around to start a garden. I don't know if I'll ever be able to start it without Cuthbert's help.
Well, I'll ask Mother then.
She's probably at the small clearing by the river.
Better not. I don't want to...
Where do I get to the clearing at the river? No.
Hey.
What the hell? Okay, so I have to go back to the cemetery. Warrior out at the end of chapter 3. It just seems a bit obtuse. So where's the fucking clearing?
I just don't see how you can possibly regain our trust.
I think Brother Arnaldus fell asleep. He's snoring.
Like heathens! You're not heathens, are you?
No, no,
Oh, you're not heathens. Then you should know better.
Maybe I should just go back to work then.
Yeah, if I talk to Tom now, he'll insist I stay at the construction site and work. Am I really done out here?
Fuck it.
Jack!
What?
Come here, please. You wanted to finish your Corbel, and I let you. Instead, you pick another fight with Alfred. You mock him in front of others because he can't read. You throw ants at him. You hit him. And don't tell me he started it, because everyone else told me you started the fight. Sub-Prior and me just told me you disturbed the monks in the scriptorium.
Philip told me to practice reading.
The Bible, not the kind of book you were looking for. Then you go and waste your time in the cemetery and the market, and in the kitchen, and chatting to the Fullers.
I wanted to help them.
You should have been working instead. Don't you know how close we are to shutting down the construction? If I'd not planned ahead, it would all be over now. But how am I to plan ahead if I can't rely on you, Jack?
What? Watch out! Whoa.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Up here! Hey, hurry up, quick!
What's going on here?
Your son thinks I dropped the stones.
You were the one who pulled them up, weren't you?
Of course. That is my job.
He was probably angry because he might not get paid.
Alfred, stop it.
What?
Peter, what happened?
I'm not sure. But there was a monk. He was wearing a black robe. And when he saw me looking at him, he ran away. Maybe it was him.
A black robe? Are you saying this was my fault?
No. I'm sure I didn't recognize him. He wasn't from here.
No. Peter dropped the stone and doesn't want to admit it.
I assure you, a monk would never do such a thing.
I don't believe him.
Alfred is wrong.
Alfred is wrong. It was an accident. We need to be thankful that nothing happened.
Already talking like a monk.
What?
Jack is right. Let's just leave it at that.
What about the monk?
We don't know that there was a monk.
Accidents happen. We'll check all the ropes to make sure there won't be another one.
Kinda sucks, Braxton, that it is so bad, or you're so stuck in it. Is it because it's moon logic-y, or is the maps too big, or a letter from Gloucester? Regarding your question concerning your brother Francis, I regret to tell you that he's not been seen in diocese for over 5 years. I believe this due to his work for Robert of Gloucester. After making an inquiry at Earl Robert's court, I found his scribes were sworn to secrecy and could not answer our requests. These times of war are time of secrecy. I have faith that your brother Francis is well and working hard to support Earl Robert in his quest. I pray that his fight for the throne in the name of his sister Maud will be fruitful and bring an end to the anarchy. We are all aware of the wonderful work you're doing in Kingsbridge. Your Saint Affadolf is well known even in the Holy Roman Empire. Sub-Prior Sebastian.
Excuse me, Philip? Philip?
I'm sorry.
Is everything all right?
I was just thinking about my brother. What is it?
Aliena is ready to go to Shiring with you.
Then I must not keep her waiting. As we rode, Aliena expressed relief that Percy Hamley held court in Shiring Town during the Fleece Fair, and not in her father's castle. I had not yet confessed to Aliena that I blamed myself for her father's fate. I felt the guilt and shame starting to rise when we came to a large group of peasants looking as desperate as the refugees that had come from Earl's Castle back then.
Oh, so that's the flaw. Bad at hinting what to do. Talk to peasants.
Philip stopped to talk to the peasants, and so did I. Of course he couldn't pass by people in need of help. Not even when he was on his way to try and save Kingsbridge from another attack by the Hamleys. Two of the peasants broke into tears and begged for food. Philip was mortified as they grabbed the hem of his robe and pleaded for mercy. They said they were from Wigley. They had illegally erected a mill and hadn't paid taxes to the Earl of Shiring for grinding flour. I bit my lip when they mentioned the title that used to belong to my father. As punishment, the Earl had destroyed their mill. Philip seemed unsure what to say about Percy Hamley's punishment for these peasants. I was less hesitant. I asked why they'd built an illegal mill. The peasants told us that milling taxes had doubled in their village. The peasants shouted and cried that the Earl had also burnt their fields, destroyed their houses, and taken their livestock from them. A few of them had even been killed. Philip told them to go to Kingsbridge for food. As we rode on, he said nothing. Maybe he had begun to lose hope that he would ever solve his problems with the Earl in Shiring.
Head on to Shiring.
I had never trusted the Hamleys, but it seemed I had grown careless over the years. They had thus far kept their word to King Stephen, but now I felt I should have known that they would eventually break it. As I was thinking these grim thoughts, we passed by a gallows with two men dangling by their necks. An old woman stood by one of the corpses and snarled at us.
Let's go to the quarry.
The old woman looked at us like a cornered animal. Philip demanded to know what had happened. She cackled and shook her head. She continued looking through the dead men's clothes. She'd already taken off their shoes and found a couple of coins on one of the corpses. Only now I realized that someone had tied foxtails to the corpses. Their hands had been cut off and their faces were burnt.
Stealing from the dead, eh?
I confronted the old woman and called her a thief. The old woman cackled and said there is nothing wrong in taking from dead thieves. When Philip told her it was still a sin, she became serious and gave him the coins. She told him that these men were poachers who were caught by the Earl's men hunting in his forests. Philip rode on, and when I caught up with him, I could see that now, more than ever, he was determined to talk to Percy Hamley.
Head on to Shiring.
Aliena rode by my side without knowing that I had long been responsible for her family's fate. Ever since I had made the mistake of trusting Waleran by God. I felt like a fly in a cobweb. Every move I made seemed to lead to further calamities. But then I heard Aliena as she sped past me. Shiring, she exclaimed.
You did your best to finish your corbel. Alfred likes you took revenge on me 3 times. Then why did the game keep saying that I had to figure out how to wait a fulling in the mill? It's saying you came up with a bright idea. Guess it was bugged out. On to chapter 11.
This is him.
A face like that never changes. If anyone can get you an audience with the Earl, it's Sheriff Eustace.
I hope Percy Hamley will show more understanding with us than he did with the people of Wigley. I'm concerned what kind of man Percy Hamley must have become to kill people for mere poaching. Good day, Sheriff. I must talk to the Earl. It's a legal matter of utmost urgency.
Get in line, monk.
Are they all waiting to see him?
What did you expect on court day, monk?
I fear this is going to take a while.
I'll go look for Richard. Seeing that he's going into battle, he needs equipment.
In the meantime, let's hope I can persuade the Earl to rethink this breach of our agreement.
I'll talk to Meg about the sales of the Priory's wool as well. We will find a way to keep the cathedral's construction going, Philip, with or without the stone and timber they took from us.
We must.
Richard asked for money. Now where is he? Let's ask Meg.
That's not him.
No, but ask him.
That's not the price we agreed on.
Good to see you, Meg. I'm here to collect the money we've made so far.
Excuse me. We were in the middle of something.
What's the problem?
Even you merchants have become thieves. What a rotten place this has become.
He ordered the cartload of wool weeks ago, but now he refuses to pay the price we'd agreed upon.
Be diplomatic.
Let's think about why the prices are so high this year.
So you can put more money into your pockets?
Actually, the Earl has raised all fees. It costs more to pass the gate, to set up shop, to get a license, and to trade.
I suppose. But the price is not as was agreed.
Did you use a tally to record the price?
But, are you with the sheriff? Just who are you, woman?
I am the owner of this business.
Oh.
Here's our half aliena.
Now, would you kindly hand me your part of the tally?
Address problem.
There are more notches on our part.
2 pieces, 2 different prices.
Granted, adding notches to our part would have been much easier.
Aha! You're admitting it.
But the area with missing notches is thinner than the rest.
You're right. It looks like something was carved off.
What? Are you saying I'm a fraud?
Look, times are hard for all of us. I won't report you to the sheriff.
This wool will not make enough cloth for all of my master's servants' clothes. Let alone all the shirts he wants for himself.
Whoever pays servants and wants to wear many shirts should be able to pay the price for quality wool like this.
Quality? Yes, but it is not high quality. Now that you mention it, I see it. I cannot pay that much money for bad wool like this.
Now he's doubting the quality.
Fine. Then let me prove the quality of my wool.
Just you try.
A piece of wool we're selling good quality.
I'm taking my business elsewhere.
Find Meg to get your
calm
money.
down.
That's his spin here.
I'll take my business elsewhere.
You won't find a better price.
Go find someone to appraise your wool.
I'll find an expert and prove it.
I'm waiting.
What do we have?
Outrageous.
Let's negotiate.
Cloth stall.
Maybe another fleece on top.
Daylight robbery.
We agreed on
Good
the price.
quality.
Free! Not just gonna give them away for free.
No, I'll
You're trying to
keep
rip
the
me
wool.
off.
Come on.
Let
I
us
thought you
work
had more
out
to
a
spare than
compromise.
Oh, a
that.
Becker.
And a pig eat half of my crops.
That's not the price we agreed on.
Meg is
We
managing the
agreed
store
on
for me.
Both of us.
Damn
Anyone here?
taxes.
Let's leave the market. Flemish merchants, monks, bread vendor, blacksmith, girl carrying meat. Let's try the Flemish merchants.
Aren't you tired of Christian art? Their sad faces and dull colours are always giving me a foul mood. Just like this town.
I agree. I'd prefer to see lush paintings of the fine things in life.
Excuse me, would you care to give me your opinion on the quality of this wool?
Of course. Please, show us. Oh, how wonderfully soft.
And what thorough scouring. There isn't a hint of dirt or grease.
The fibre is exceptionally fine. And the colour is even and light.
Suitable for high-quality garments.
I'm glad you think so too. Would you be so kind as to confirm this to a customer of mine, should the need arise?
Of course. Just send them our way.
With all these taxes and the shrinking markets, I wasn't sure whether visiting shiring would still be worth it. But for that quality of wool, I'll say it is.
Can we go ask the monks?
Excuse me, do you know if something happened in Shiring? I know we suffer because of the war, but the town never used to seem this grim and hopeless.
No, we wouldn't know. We are but pilgrims in search of God's miracles, and a saint who will heal my foot. And my eyes. But yes, Shiring seems to hold no miracles these days. We heard the Earl is punishing his people for his own entertainment.
I heard so too.
Would they know anything about wool?
I doubt they are fit to judge the quality.
What do we have here? A bread vendor? He wouldn't know. A blacksmith wouldn't know. A path? To what? Okay.
I don't have any business in there now.
Then let's go back to the market.
As it is written in
First
the
you
book
say
of
one
Matthew.
thing, and then you say another. Is this how you treat all your customers?
There are Flemish merchants just a few streets away. They were very interested in my wool, and they would be delighted to confirm its quality to you.
Anyone can let their friends lie for them.
Host public auction or sell to Flemish merchants? Let's do a public auction.
Then we'll leave it to the people. We'll sell the wool at the afternoon auctions. That way it fetches a fair price for certain.
No, wait. Maybe we can negotiate. My master would not want me to leave here with empty hands.
Push him further.
Competing with foreigners and nobility is no trifle. They're relentless and have deep pockets.
Aliena.
But if you prefer to take your chances...
No, wait. I'm taking the wool, all right.
I don't want to ruin you.
My master can afford it, he just doesn't want to. And he has a temper. God damn it. You show no mercy, do you?
A pleasure doing business with you.
Hopefully enough to get us out of trouble.
Next time he'll buy elsewhere, I'm afraid. A good merchant always strives for a deal that feels like a victory for both sides. Remember that.
We don't need customers like him, and we have our money.
Yes, and you have my thanks.
One more thing. Could you try to get Ovid's Amores for me when you travel to Winchester? It's a book.
Yes, I can ask Brother Theobald. His book collection is more comprehensive than the church would like.
Then he'll be the right one to ask. Thank you.
No problem at all.
Give money to Philip and Richard.
How's your family?
My father caught a cold. Gets sick from worrying too much.
Has the queue not moved at all?
We stand like pillars of salt. But I'm sure the Earl will accept petitioners soon. I hope it's before the workers at Kingsbridge leave the construction site because I cannot pay them.
But here's the money. Give him as much money as Richard, more money than Richard.
Here.
I'm astonished that you can still find trade in times like these. I can only repay you with my gratitude for now. And our priory's wool, of course.
Our food is rotting.
It should be enough to keep our workers around until I have solved our problems with Percy Hamley. But Tom said that without stone and timber, we will have to stop construction in a month.
You must speak to the Earl. I still have to give Richard his money. But then I'll come and wait with you.
From the looks of it, I'll be standing here for quite a while.
And our Earl will be the new
There's still money
apostle
left,
to lead
but it's
us
not
to
mine to
salvation
keep.
when the end comes.
Would the sheriff know where he is?
Have you seen a group of knights led by a man named Richard of Shiring?
You mean King Stephen's knights? Last time I saw them, they were chugging beer at the Lion and Lamb Tavern. They're going into battle, so they'd better not fall in love tonight.
How thoughtful of you.
We are not lost. We must prepare.
Richard might be in the Lion and Lamb. The problem is, where's that? Would you know where it is?
Where can I find the Lion and Lamb?
That's a tavern. In the tavern district. I would point you in the right direction, but...
But...
I have both my hands full, so I can't really point.
I see. What are you carrying there?
Not for sale. Or eating. Don't steal! Go away!
Oh, wow. I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh...
Would you be free for a sales discussion later today?
Ah, Lady Aliena, for you I will always find time.
I've heard business is slow.
Not for me it isn't. Plenty of knights need my services. His men have cleaned up well, I'd say. It suits me just fine that the Earl has swept the criminals off the streets. And those complaining about money and fees were never my customers or my friends.
Would you know where the tavern is?
Where can I find the Lion and Lamb?
Oh, is Sir Richard enjoying himself again? Well, then you'd better hurry up before he drinks up all your coin. The taverns are right round the corner.
Oh. I still don't see it, but okay.
Can I interest you in some horse bread?
Is that the only kind you have here?
It's the only one that hasn't gone green yet, I think.
If you sell green bread, your customers will get sick and you'll get into trouble.
What? Are you with the sheriff?
No, don't worry. Where can I find the Lion and Lamb?
It's in the tavern district. Seems at least the tavern will get some business today. Give him regards, will you?
Where can I find the Lion and Lamb?
We are all lambs of God, but...
Brother Peter, she means the local tavern of said name.
How is it you're always informed about places of sin?
So I know which places we should avoid. Walk past the marketplace. Then turn right into an alley with two-story houses. It's one of them. That's what I heard.
Thank you.
There we go.
How is your pilgrimage going?
Always moving forwards.
And sometimes backwards, because of my foot.
Maybe I should start painting.
What would your first masterpiece be?
I'm thinking fruits and decorative objects, arranged on a luxurious tablecloth.
At least you could take your time with that. Fruit doesn't rot that quickly.
Let's go to the tavern. Drunkard.
I don't have time to deal with drunks. I have to give money to my knight.
There is Richard.
Today we ride to Lincoln. Drinks are on me. Taverner! Another round for everyone!
You're the best, Richard. It's Sir Richard. Nonsense. We're all brothers, right?
It is Sir Richard.
Oh.
And here I thought you needed my money for new armor.
Oh, I do. A knight is only as good as his equipment. Have you seen Alonso's sword? With men-at-arms so well equipped, how could I fight alongside King Stephen less well equipped?
And inferior armor may cost him his life.
Only the best for the best.
How much do you need?
And how much do you need?
Enough for proper armaments, and then some to quench my friend's thirst.
No. How much is necessary?
Do you want me to go into battle stark naked and on bare feet?
Oh, don't be absurd. But you could spend our money a little more wisely.
Do you want William Hamley to become Earl of Shiring or me?
What kind of question is that? If we're lucky, then he will never return from the Holy Land.
He already did.
What?
We ran into Robert of Gloucester's men. At first, I wasn't sure it was him. He wore the cloak of a crusader.
No. Don't do it. Please. Have mercy. My God, please. Don't.
And then King Stephen called out his name.
William Hamley, join me. We ride.
He's such a psycho.
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to upset you.
You what?
This is not about you or me, Ali. Allowing the father of that monster to remain Earl would not only betray our father, it'd mean betraying everyone. William is a butcher, a filthy bastard without honor.
Mind your tongue. You speak of the son of the Earl of Shiring.
I am the son of the Earl.
Sir Richard, your father went against our king and lost his title and his land. You are not the heir to the title, not as things are now.
What did you just say?
Oh, easy.
You treacherous bastard!
Calm down. Do you want to slaughter each other and help the enemy?
Accusing me of treason. You most royal man-at-arms.
Me or William? Choose a goddamn side, Alonso of Toledo. Come on, choose!
Maybe I can get them to stop quarreling.
You disparage me for stating the truth. I've always been your most royal man-at-arms, have I not?
No right thoughts enliven me while my stomach's hollow.
You hear? Fill us up.
But you haven't had a right thought all day.
Maybe I'll be the next Earl then.
Oh, that's awful. The one with the biggest mouth, too.
An apology would solve this.
Game? No? Are we broken now, game? Yep. Can't do anything. Yep. It's broken. Guess I have to crash it and redo it. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it broke. Yeah, there is an autosave, but I don't know how far it goes back.
I've always been your most royal man-at-arms, have I not?
Okay, give the remaining money to Richard.
I'm just trying to keep
I've
you
collected
grounded.
our earnings, Richard.
Good. At least there's one person I can rely on. My sister.
Can't believe this.
Try to reconcile them first.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you go into war arguing like this.
I asked for your money, not for your advice. How dare you imply that William and his fat father have a right
Can you do
to
something
my
with
lands?
the
Better not.
Now, can't you just agree to disagree? Please.
How's business?
Slow.
Well, at least you still have your regulars.
Even in bad times, people drink. The Earl of Shiring has imposed new laws and taxes, and it makes times very bad for us.
Percy Hamley's title is a fact, not an opinion.
It is
How
not.
would you
He
solve
does not
a
deserve
quarrel
it.
like the one over there?
Everyone has their own way of coping with aggression. Food, gambling, or solace in the arms of a wench. Luckily for me, most resort to drinking.
I doubt that'll work here.
Don't say that too loud. Try this.
This is not about who decides what. The king appointed him. You should come to terms with that fact.
a flat bread soaked in dark
did you just
sauce,
say?
simple but rich in flavor.
Oh no.
The taverner gave this to me. I don't want to ruin his business by
I'm done
giving it away
talking to
for
you.
free.
Very mature.
Do they often fight like that?
Ah, they're both very proud. Give them a few days, they'll get tired.
They don't have that long.
Do you want to say something?
Never.
Give it to
Are
Richard.
you just hungry?
Are you serious?
Well, excuse me.
Okay.
It's for guests only.
Alonso?
If they're hungry, they can order food. The taverner gave this to me. I don't want to ruin his business by giving it away for free.
Can't we just forget about it?
No.
If they're hungry, they can order food.
What happened if we asked the monks? Or maybe get some meat from the meat vendor?
How would you reconcile two people in disagreement?
Play is something that brings people together.
That is very true.
We carry the French game of Fiège with us.
Oh, could I borrow it?
If you bring it back before nightfall, I see no harm in it.
I will.
Maybe that will work.
Now fight it out like real knights should. With a battle of wits.
Playing a board game, I don't know.
You're scared I could win.
Oh, let's begin.
Now, let's start with a careful opening.
I kind of like that the autosave icon is just running in the... Be careful.
Good choice. The general who gives in to anger will send his troops to their deaths.
Exactly right, Ali. First, I'll focus on defense. Let's see what Alonso's got.
Ooh, well played. A classic opening move.
Now's a good time to attack.
Go slow.
A slow, organized advance is better than a hasty attack.
But you can't win if you entrench in open battle, Ali. And here I stride to victory.
You reached the end of the board.
What a crowning! I got a king!
You call this piece a king? In Spain, we call it a queen. She's quite powerful and has a mind of her own.
All right, a queen then. Now I can sweep the entire board with her.
End it. Oh, be weary.
No, don't be hasty. The highest art of war is to break the enemy without a fight.
Nonsense. I have to seize this advantage. I've got a queen on my side. Time to rampage. When the sovereign has been claimed, the game is almost decided.
I could fight to the last piece. But a good commander has foresight, and I can see this game is lost. I admit defeat.
You ended this before it even began. Even a scribe would struggle making this an epic of glory.
This was about strategy, not showmanship. Huh. It seems like Lady Aliena is a valuable strategic advisor. This is a good start, but you have a long way to go.
You're always so critical.
I understand that he's the tactician, and I endeavor to trust his instincts and experience to guide him.
But you yourself are an exceptional diplomat and businesswoman. You complement each other in the way you think.
I guess you're right.
If you are wise enough to trust these Queen's instincts in these matters, my friend, you too will indeed be able to take back the earldom.
You think we can do it? So, can I rely on your loyalty?
You can.
Of course, we're brothers in arms.
Good. You've an important battle ahead of you. I'll bring you the money.
Richard and I used to play. Okay, so if we go back to the monks, I have an idea. Just want to see if it works.
The taverner makes money with each tankard he sells.
What happens if I give the bread to the girl whose stomach were growling?
Would you like something to eat?
I only accept food from Meg. She's a tradeswoman. And the food others throw at me is rotten. But she gives me good food.
Meg is one of my best friends.
Oh, yes? Then I accept. I'm so hungry.
I heard. And then we give the board game back to the monks, as we promised.
You've done me a great favor.
We are glad to hear it. Thank you for returning it.
We always pass the time on our travels trying to best each other.
Now we go back to the tavern.
More song.
There you go, Richard. Here's your cash.
Here.
You must be losing your touch if that's all you got.
You're not the only one who needs my support.
But what's more important than the oath we gave to Father?
Kingsbridge, the people who took us in.
Well, if I die in battle, you'll know why.
Yes, because of your pride and stubbornness. Must you really fight? What is all this good for?
For Father, Ali. I will save Shiring from Percy Hamley.
But who's going to save you?
With men like these, I'm afraid I'm already beyond saving. For victory!
For victory!
For victory!
I see. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be at the marketplace with Philip.
And make more money, I hope.
Join Philip.
Have you finished your business?
Yeah.
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
Philip, I now understand why our market at Kingsbridge has had more visitors lately. Shiring isn't what it used to be. Steep taxes and strict laws have taken their toll on the town.
Is that so?
These merchants would give anything to do their business at another fleece fair, but there's none nearby. They need a place with fair taxes, one that can put those taxes to good use.
Are you thinking of a fleece fair in Kingsbridge?
Call in the monk and the woman he's with.
You, impatient monk. It's your turn. The girl, too.
Me? What? Did you want me to come with you?
No. We're not first in line, are we?
Well, lucky you, then. Get moving.
Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge.
Yeah.
The Earl of Shiring.
Thank you for hearing me, old Percy. Please allow me to introduce my friend, Aliena of Kingsbridge.
I knew it was you. Oh, it doesn't sound like you missed me.
I demand to talk to the Earl of Shiring. He has broken his word.
You are talking to the Earl of Shiring.
Bishop Waleran?
The enemies of this earldom have taken Percy Hamley from our...
Uh-oh. Exactly.
From our midst.
Mother!
Do you consider yourself a friend of the earldom of Shiring, Philip?
Friend? That damned monk is drinking the blood of my earldom!
It is not for us to damn them, Lord William. But judge them we must.
What you are doing to the people of Shiring is shameful.
Your father would have done well to teach you respect.
The monk's a thief and so are you. And I don't take as kindly to thieves as my father did. Shiring will change.
What crimes did we commit then?
The king has never licensed a market in Kingsbridge.
Your market is illegal, Philip.
Wow.
You are stealing my taxes by allowing my people to trade in your sorry priory, and you disrespect my authority!
Is that true, Philip?
I will talk to the king about this.
You, your friends and your brother have always played by your own rules. But not anymore.
Francis? Where is my brother?
He got what he deserved.
Where is he? Tell me!
Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. The days of Kingsbridge Cathedral are over.
Now leave. The next time I will show no mercy.
Oh, wow. I didn't even get a perk for giving the bread to the hungry girl? You told the truth in the past, now Waleran has made Francis disappear. Wow. It is. So his parents was killed or poisoned. Or maybe he killed them.
I had assumed that as long as the market was held within the walls of the priory, and the taxes supported the construction of our cathedral, Kingsbridge would need no market license. I had made a foolish mistake. Now I had no option but to call on King Stephen for help. And as Aliena suggested, I joined the knights on their way north to Lincoln.
Maybe he poisoned his parents. Travel with the knights.
More and more men joined our group. Most of them had no horses and no weapons to speak of. As King Stephen prepared for his final battle against Robert of Gloucester, he had ordered all able men of his earldoms to fight in the north. Then, at nightfall, our group reached a large camp of Stephen's men.
Walk through the camp, go to sleep. Let's walk through the camp.
Many men asked me to pray with them. They were husbands, fathers and children about to fight in a war that most of them did not understand. It was then that I witnessed Aliena's brother Richard shouting at a man. The man was in tears, saying he did not want to fight and begging to be allowed to go home. I told Richard to have pity. Full of anger, he told me that he would hang deserters himself if need be. Then the man interrupted us by shouting infamities about Robert of Gloucester and started to laugh. Richard and his knights joined in and began to cheer for the king. Richard seemed to me just as desperate as the young man, but he did not know it. His temper would not make him a just earl, I thought. But again, I hoped to see a cruel man win his battles, only to defeat a man more cruel than him, William Hamley.
Go to sleep.
After a long first day on my way to Lincoln, I found a place to rest. I fell asleep soon and dreamed about soldiers. But these soldiers were not on their way to Lincoln. They had come up the twisting hillside path to our little hamlet in North Wales. My brother Francis and I had tried to outrun them and to warn my parents. But as always when I had this dream, we were too late. King Henry's men had killed Mam and Da. Abbot Peter came to take us in, just as it had happened so long ago. But this time, in my dream, something was different. I was 6 years old then, and Abbot Peter had not yet taught us about God. But still, I asked the monk the question, why did God do that?
It was not God.
And then I heard a voice answering the question. And on the ground lay my brother, Francis. It was Bishop Waleran who had answered, and he took my hand to calm me. Then I realized his hands were drenched in blood. I awoke with a start. I had a very bad feeling about Francis. I told myself I should never have agreed to go and see Bishop Waleran for him. Now I had not heard from my brother in a long time, and after Waleran's remark the day before, I was sure the bishop had a hand in his disappearance, and that I would never see my brother again.
Right to Lincoln.
After what felt like an eternity, the sun rose and we continued on our way to Lincoln. As we moved, I remembered hearing that Bishop Waleran had been to Rome, and William had fought in the Holy Land. I told myself that King Stephen would eventually see these men for what they really were. He had to. And I tried to convince myself that God would make things right.
You are late. Is it done?
No. Their builder is alive.
What about the saint?
I couldn't get into their crypt unseen.
You disappoint me again, Timothy.
Please, when did I ever fail you before today, Right Reverend?
Regan Hamley is alive.
She didn't
No. Your poison has left her in a deep sleep. When the time is right, I will send our Earl of Shiring to finish what I asked of you. Kingsbridge will fall.
Lincoln before the battle.
Hurry up, my friend. Or do you not want to see our king after all?
I fear I must.
Then let's not waste more time. Come on, Philip.
I have to ask King Stephen for a market license. I have to.
Better not get too close.
Knights.
I doubt the guard will be able to help. I need a market license. This won't help.
Where do you want me to go, King? To talk to Richard, or...?
Where do we find King Stephen?
Who's asking?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
I've heard of you.
Good things, I hope.
Maybe. You can go inside the cathedral.
Where are all the knights and soldiers?
I should go first.
But this is a house of God.
Only 2 more days.
If they know what's good for them, they'll surrender.
I'd be disappointed if Maud would give up so easily.
My king! You have my sword!
Good! Who is that?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
Him. Now, what about those archers out there?
Ah, Sir Richard, you made it.
Had a monk to look after.
You should visit our enemies, father. They should be praying, for we'll cut their heads off.
Yeah.
Hear, hear.
I'll just go for a quick coffee refill and a pee, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. Should we do this to Richard?
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God.
The slow man loses more than his righteousness in battle, Philip.
Or a horse. No, not leave the cathedral. Go to William and his men.
I will spare myself the malice and infamy.
Oh, wow. He really has a hate to William.
There's no two ways about it. I have to go out there myself to see what's going on.
My king, Ranulph's archers are only waiting for you.
They know they'll be at my mercy once I've dealt with Robert the Bastard and Ranulph the traitor. I doubt they dare shoot me.
Stephen, be reasonable.
Henry, will the church for once shut up? We are at war. Wonderful. Now, I will go out there without getting shot in the head. I must know why they posted the archers up there today. Just for once, use your brain. Think.
Yes, my king.
Approach the king.
My king?
You? What are you doing here? Have you come to atone for having your monks write that heretical book?
No, my bishop.
So you continue to doubt your bishops, your pope?
Henry.
How dare you show your face here?
Henry! I told you I am not to be disturbed.
This monk should be thrown into a cell. Maybe then he will see reason.
What? Because he doubts your miracles? I have to admit, having someone walk over red-hot plowshares, or putting his hand in boiling water to prove he's innocent, is entertaining. I give you that.
Stephen!
But the monk is right, of course. There is a tendency that your miracles conveniently happen when the church needs them most. Whoever believes that to be a coincidence, or miraculous, deserves no place at my table. What is your name, monk?
Philip of Gwynedd.
I will make sure my brother won't arrest you. If anyone will have you arrested, it's me.
My king, I have come to see you.
I have no time for you. Unless you know a solution to my problem. There are archers outside, probably looking forward to killing me. But I have to see what's going on out there with my own eyes, without getting shot. If you have no solution for my problem, better not waste my time, or I will have you arrested.
Stephen wants to take a look at the castle without being shot. Okay. Can we do something with the congregation?
The bishop does not need my help. No.
Oh, come on. Perfect solution.
What would be the safest way to face an archer?
Are you thinking of joining us in battle?
He's finally become one of us.
Never mind.
Scared looking.
I doubt he would know the answer.
Huh. So we have King Stephen. William, he doesn't want to talk to. Maybe ask the knight out here?
Our king's advisors believe it would be dangerous for him to stand out here in front of the archers.
They're right.
They are?
Don't worry. They won't waste their arrows on monks and peasants. But the king would definitely be a tempting target. Would end the war in the blink of an eye. I wouldn't hesitate to shoot the bastard of Gloucester either.
The archers won't shoot someone dressed like a peasant. So dressing like a peasant.
If you were to dress like a poor man, not like a king or a soldier, the archers might not shoot at you.
This is highly inappropriate, Philip of Gwynedd.
It is. But he's right. Robert's a bastard, but his men are not without honor. Who are you again, monk? Why have you come?
I'm the Prior of Kingsbridge, my king.
Ah, of course. The Prior of Kingsbridge.
I have come to ask for your help.
What could be important enough to disturb the king at a time like this?
Robert of Gloucester will attack in 2 days' time.
Let us find out why he's here, shall we? Get undressed, Prior of Kingsbridge.
Do what you're told.
My king...
Don't be shy. It was your idea, after all. Ranulph's men have been nervous all day. Now, why's that? It's such a simple wall. And yet, they could stay holed up in my castle for another month with all these men. So why have the archers out at all? And be safer inside. They don't have to stand up there.
Talk about the pact with Hamleys. Talk about the market license.
My king, I have done all you asked of me. Now please, listen to me.
Of course, monk. Let me guess. You're here to ask me for help with your illegal market.
What?
The income was only support the cathedral.
The income was only used to support the cathedral. I did not know we needed a license. The market was held on the church's ground.
The church is not above the law. This is not the Holy Roman Empire.
No, of course not.
Your market is illegal. I supported William in his decision to punish you, for it didn't merely pay for your cathedral. It also paid for the children of that traitor Bartholomew.
But Elena and Richard are not traitors.
But Elena and Richard are no traitors. You said so yourself. You said they shall go free.
I remember my words, monk. But the Earl of Shiring tells me that a knight in my employ seeks to convince me to change my loyalties.
I wouldn't know much about that.
William Hamley and Bishop Waleran said you were sly. Now I think I know why.
My king, you must not trust them.
Hear me now. You will not receive a market license, and the children of Bartholomew will hang if they go against the Earl of Shiring. Do you understand?
I understand.
Of course. That's why all those archers are up there. Robert of Gloucester is not attacking in 2 days. He's attacking today. To arms! It's an ambush. Do not use the front entrance. They knew that would draw us out. Get my clothes. I need my horse.
As Stephen and his men went to face the approaching army, his brother, Bishop Henry, urged me up to the top of the cathedral. His fear had made him forget about our dispute. I had never been that high up.
Shit is going down.
Pray with me, Philip. Pray that Stephen will win, so this war can end.
I closed my eyes to pray.
Pray for Stephen's defeat.
And I prayed that Stephen would lose. In my despair, I chose Kingsbridge over the lives of the king and his men. And as I did, I realized that ever since the dream about my parents, I had not prayed. What if, as in the dream, my prayers would not be heard now? I begged the Lord to make me see. To make me see that he was there.
Philip, look!
I was too far away to understand what was happening.
Robert's men. They're winning. Stephen is lost.
It felt like the world was spinning under my feet. I was afraid that I would fall. I closed my eyes. And then I saw.
They're breaking through the church doors!
See the truth. God has forsaken us. God has forsaken us. Let's pray.
Where are the women?
And then I knew it was us. Only us. No devil to harm us. No God to protect us. Only us. Philip was gone for 2 weeks. We had no idea what had happened to him.
Stayed in Kingsbridge.
We had other things on our mind. Ali and I.
Are you sure we're alone?
Right now, there's only you and me.
Look at that.
Told you.
I hope Philip and Richard are all right.
Me too.
Say, Jack, have you read our book?
What about you? What did you think?
I thought you said
No, this is Philip's fault. If all this falls apart because he set up an illegal market, he alone will be responsible.
I have faith in him, and so should you. Who else could save Kingsbridge if not him?
Do you still remember the text?
Well, do you?
Well... I think I remember one part.
Oh? And which one was that?
Before me, she stood, her clothing set aside. No flaw to be found in all her body.
All clothing was set aside?
All of it.
And there was no flaw?
No flaw at all.
Oh my.
Oh, whoa!
Exactly. Let's let her continue.
Oh, his shoulders and his arms I saw and I caressed. And then his chest, a form made to be felt and touched.
Careful there.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Don't be.
Let her continue.
How flat his belly beneath his slender waist. His legs, what form, what a perfect arse.
You made that up.
So what? Don't you like my
Oh
version?
my.
Oh, I like it.
I had to. Let's Jack continue.
Why recall each aspect? Nothing that I saw lacked perfection. As I hugged my naked body close to hers.
Jack,
Yes,
I love you.
I love you too. I always will. Did you hear something?
No. It's only us, Jack. You and me.
It is us. Only us.
Hey! Philip the Prior! Monk!
After the Battle of Lincoln.
That's better. Never let them see you weak. Stand tall.
How many died?
What?
How many people died in the battle?
Too many. I even lost my horse. But Robert is not an animal. I'll give him that. Or we wouldn't be here.
If this is just a book, then what good could come from reading it?
To talk to Stephen.
What is there to look at, monk?
Why do you do all this?
Because I want to. No god, bloodline, or fate made me king. I took the throne. I chose to rule, and I chose to fight. And I'm not done yet.
Is it worth all these lives?
To best Maud? By God, yes. It's a game that I intend to win.
What about Ranulf's men?
Probably glad to be out of the castle after all that time. Probably looking for women and getting drunk.
Richard!
Don't draw attention to yourself. Not when they have you in a cage. Not if you're the king.
Why am I in here?
You are with us, are you not?
I prayed for your defeat.
I don't hold it against you. And it seems you have God on your side.
God is not responsible for this madness. Man is.
You were right about William Hamley.
How so?
The moment the battle took a turn for the worse, he and his men switched sides. The Earl of Shiring is fighting for Maud now, and for Robert.
William Hamley is only fighting for himself and for Bishop Waleran.
I will grant you your market rights, the same as Shiring.
You will? Why?
You were right about William.
But you're not king anymore, are you?
Before too long, the throne will be mine again. Assume I granted you these rights before the battle was lost.
Do I have your word for it?
I will let our Empress Maud know about you. Hold your market. Stand your ground. William Hamley will have no legal way of going against you. I will tell the guards there is no reason to hold you any longer.
What about you?
My loyals will make their moves. The game is not yet over. I ordered them to capture Robert to make an exchange. Maud knows it's not over. She'll savor each day that she has me under lock and key. She is her father's daughter, but the throne of England is mine.
If you want peace, if you want to save the lives of the innocent, you have to give up.
Never. That's the only thing I'm not good at.
Then there really is no hope.
Guards! Release the monk!
Market license for Kingsbridge. After the Battle of Lincoln, Kingsbridge was granted market rights by the English throne. The license grants Kingsbridge the same right as Shiring. Finally, Philip is able to reopen the market, but in addition to that, is also allowed to hold a fleece fair. This is a great opportunity for the town and its people, as the wool traders despise the conditions on the fleece fair in Shiring. The Priory, the people of Kingsbridge, and the wool traders, like Aliena, will profit greatly. After the horrors you saw, you have lost your faith, gave us the market license, made you undress and put your life at risk. You dreamt of your parents and Francis and Bishop Waleran. Waleran knows Tom Builders is still alive. "13. So a monk has lost his faith?
In the last 2 days of the Fleece Fair, we have collected more money than we did during the last 3 markets combined.
Is the Earl of Shiring not opposed to us doing a Fleece Fair of our own?
The law protects us.
And our lord.
He is. Our time of trepidation is finally over.
It will never be over.
What did you say, Philip?
Nothing. The music is too loud.
Our prior is right. The display out there is not appropriate for our monastery.
The fair will be over soon. And by then, Kingsbridge will be self-sufficient.
Talk to Philip. Oh, okay, now I'm Tom the Builder. Okay.
Philip? Ah, you're back. How are things at the quarry?
All's in order. We won't have any further problems. So, why did you ask me to come?
It's about Jack. He got into a fight with Alfred again. Have you come to a decision yet about my proposition?
Yes, I want to take Jack in as a novice.
Yes. I think it wise you take in Jack as a novice. He wouldn't work on the cathedral, but he could stay in Kingsbridge.
Jack can already read and write, and there is much more we can teach him here. What does his mother think?
She may never agree to marry me because of this. She believes I'm favoring Alfred. But Alfred is the master craftsman. I taught him since he was 6. Jack is only an apprentice, and the two can't go on like this.
No, they cannot.
I have no choice. I want the best for my children. For all of them.
Of course. Let us talk to Jack, then.
Yes.
Follett offered to help with Jack. We cannot go on like this.
Let us talk to Jack, then.
Yes.
Okay.
Tom? Wait for me.
Philip? Something is ailing you, isn't it? Philip, you told me in Cuthbert once that if you became prior, you would want the novices to be treated well. Unlike how Remigius treated Brother Marcus before he left us. Remember? It was the day little Jonathan came to us.
Yes, I remember. He was so little.
You achieved what you set out to do, and so much more. If only Cuthbert was still here with us to see this.
Milius, we have not had time to talk since I returned.
There was time, but you avoided it.
I have a bad feeling about all this.
Why? For once, all is well.
I haven't seen my brother Francis in a long time. I'm afraid. For him. For all of us. But it's not just that.
No?
I think I've lost my faith.
You?
Let us talk later, like we used to.
Yes, of course. We will.
Are you not coming, Remigius?
I have pressing matters to attend to, my prior.
All right.
And what kind of surprise is it?
Well, I think you'll be amazed, both of you.
Ooh, now I'm curious. When can we see it?
I should be done this afternoon. Come on, Jonathan. Let's have a look at the bear.
Yes, please.
Have fun, boys. Any idea what he's up to?
I have no idea.
Father, Jack took tools from the site. I don't know what he did with them, but I know he took them.
Well, you two won't get a chance to quarrel in the future. Philip will see to that. But Jack is not the only one to blame in this. Martha, have you seen Jack?
He went with Jonathan to see the bear fight.
With Jonathan? That's dangerous. What is he thinking? Oh.
Can't allow anything to happen to Jonathan. I'm responsible to him. So where's the bear fight?
Oh, by the way, I've heard from Richard.
Is he all right?
The message didn't say, but I assume he's fine.
Why's that?
He says he needs me to buy him a new horse.
Look at him go!
Are you sure you want to see this?
Of course. What a show.
Why did the bear and dog fight?
It's in their nature. The beast that is more clever and stronger wins.
No. For them, there is no winning.
Jonathan, come here. You shouldn't have brought him here. It's dangerous.
I'm always doing something wrong no matter what I do. If Alfred had brought him here, I bet there wouldn't have been a problem.
There would have.
Maybe it's better if you and Jonathan go.
Come on.
Jack.
What?
I know how you feel.
Oh, really?
The world is unjust. We are like these poor animals, forced to tear at each other's flesh. It is a game that they force us to play.
Who? Tom?
No. The kings and empresses, even the bishop, Tom, and all of us are made to live in an unjust world in which we are forced to make unjust decisions again and again. And we don't even know we are playing their game. You have every right to be angry. But there is a way to remove yourself from that cage. Perhaps not for the sake of God, but for the sake of man.
What do you mean?
I want you to become a monk.
Jack as a monk?
Wait! Don't go wandering off on your own.
Find Jonathan.
No. I need to look after Jonathan.
Of course.
Have you two seen my son?
Ellen. He went over to see the bear fight.
Aliena? I have come to...
To what?
What's wrong with your brother?
I've no idea.
Aliena, I have come to ask for your hand. In marriage.
Are you mad, Alfred Builder?
What?
Why would you think that I...
Did you hear that?
What was that?
What the hell's going on?
Oh.
Find Jonathan.
Oh, now. I'm here. Should have looked out for you. You want us to go all the way up there? Like Alfred and Jack do? Come on. We'll go together. You and me.
So, this is it then?
Who's that man?
I am the Earl of Shiring, boy.
Stay with me, Jonathan.
Now, while my men inspect your market, tell me, where is your saint?
The crypt.
Speak up!
Tom!
The crypt!
Oh, you are Tom Builder. Two birds with one stone.
Jonathan!
Okay. Where do I go? Oh, grave. Agnes. My Agnes. I could not protect our son.
I am sorry, my love. I am so sorry.
All is well, my husband. Rest now. Rest.
Am I dead? Or is Tom dead?
This is the end.
They were burning by God. They were on fire.
Where are the others? They're going to kill them!
Aliena! Milius locked the door.
From the outside? Is he still out there? No.
Save Jonathan.
Our Father.
Damn it! No, over here! They're out here!
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
Milius locked it!
Milius! I think I can hear him out there.
Return our saint, or you will go to hell.
No. You go.
No!
I will be done.
William Hamley.
Ah! Aliena is still out there!
So is Jonathan!
And forgive us our debts.
It's dangerous to be here. I have to find Jonathan.
Forgive our debtors.
Aliena!
Do any of you know where Jonathan has gone?
Oh no. I saw him in the market. Right before we came here.
We should have looked out for our little brother.
Oh God, no, no!
Deliver us from evil.
Quiet.
Amen.
Did you see Jonathan?
What? No!
I
mean, yes, he was in the cathedral. I saw him when the fire started in the market.
Damn it! Thy kingdom come.
Have you seen Jonathan?
Done on earth as it is in
Oh,
heaven.
if he was out there, then there's no hope for him.
Aliena!
As long as I'm prior, no one here will give up on the child. Do you hear?
Come on.
As we have
Andrew.
Jonathan is not here. I need to go out and look for him.
No! If you leave, they'll know we're in here.
Amen.
Group of people.
Have you seen a young boy in a monk's robe?
I didn't think you were allowed to have children of your own. What kind of monk are you?
Ah, damn it.
Why did you bring this on us?
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Aliena!
Where can I go?
Oh, God, and forgive us our
Don't go out there. May God have mercy on us.
Our debtors.
Brother Andrew, I implore you.
And lead us not
Others
into
are
temptation.
still outside.
I feel sick. Pray for them. It's all we can do.
Amen.
This isn't happening.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
We're safe in here.
Come, we must help the wounded outside.
Stay
No,
down.
no, I can't go out there.
We must!
Thy will be
You
done
didn't see what I
on
saw.
earth as it is in heaven.
By God, you didn't see it. The Lord is my shepherd.
And forgive us our debts.
He didn't lose his faith. He is hiding behind it like a child behind its mother.
Who used the Bible on Andrew?
For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
Don't you think I know these lines by heart? Go and read to our brothers instead.
Damn it! Heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
Oh, save me, spare me.
Thy kingdom come.
There is no time for this.
Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Oh no! The gate is locked as well.
And forgive us our debts.
Aliena is this way.
So are the attackers.
We will make it.
If we go this way, they might not see us.
And lead us not into temptation.
You're right.
But it's locked.
But deliver us from evil. Amen.
Jack!
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Jack? Jack!
No! I won't leave him! Oh, no! Move, Mary, please. We must leave him here. No! I have to help him! Peter!
We cannot leave her here.
Words from the scripture will calm her.
Look at her, husband. Look at her. Your words won't do any good.
I won't allow you to poison her, woman.
This herb will help her. It works.
I will not let you use your devil's work on her.
See if we can calm her.
I have herbs for her.
Don't listen to this woman, Philip.
What's going on here?
Look at that poor woman. Her husband has died in her arms. Your sub-prior refuses to let me help her.
Her herbage is the devil's work.
We must get her away from here. William and his men will ride this way, I know it.
You're right. We must make haste.
Philip, I told you this woman is a witch.
You're a fool. This is henbane.
Henbane?
The devil's eye. So you admit that you are trying to poison this woman?
Oh, does the evil eye of the flower intimidate you, you old goat?
Calm down, all of you.
Prior Philip, take this. It will calm her nerves if she chews on it. For once, do the right thing.
Can I go to Kingsbridge?
Prior James was right about you.
Prior
I
James.
need to get them to safety first.
You have no idea what kind of man Prior James was. You are a fool.
I will pray with her.
Ugh.
Throw the henbane into the river first. The stench alone could make her sick, or you.
If that were true, I would have given it to you.
Just do something. They could come back here any moment.
Let's give her
We
the
don't
herb.
know what this will do to her.
I'm telling you, it will calm her down.
Are you sure this won't harm her?
Yes, I am.
No!
We grow herbs too, Remigius.
Go ahead. I'm holding her. It's working.
I told you. Maybe I was wrong about you, Philip.
How could you do that?
Oh, piss on you.
They're coming.
We need to move now.
It makes no sense. Why would the Earl of Shiring do?
Shut up, or they will kill us all.
It's them.
Shh. Shh. Shh.
Be quiet, please.
Look at him. He did quite well. He got pretty far.
There was someone here with him.
Hugh's right. They might be close by.
We should make haste. We got what we came for.
Not yet.
Oh.
Walter, why do I get the feeling you're upset?
We didn't have to do this. We came for the Saint.
They deserved it. Like this ugly bastard.
Kingsbridge defied us for the last time. That monk, the bitch, and the bastard she's fucking.
Come on, move! After him!
But William said...
I said move!
My little cub, are you all right?
Did you see Aliena?
She was in the market. I heard William calling out her name.
Jack, come. We must find her and Jonathan. Dear God. Oh. No. Aliena! Aliena! Jonathan!
He took everything from me again.
Aliena! No matter what you do, no matter where you go, I will find you. Every time you think you're safe, every time you play house, I will find you. And I will crush you. Now, kill them all, and make her watch.
Aliena, are you all right?
I swear by Almighty God and Jesus Christ and all the saints that I will take care of my brother Richard until he has fulfilled his vow.
Can't you hear me?
Jack! It's all gone. I can't support Richard like this. What am I going to do now?
Just want to see if there's something we can click on here. Doesn't seem... There's just Tom.
Tom. Oh, God. No.
We must ask the bishop for help.
The bishop? Are you mad? I heard he is behind this. Shh.
How? How can we go on living in Kingsbridge now? Will the cathedral still be built?
Not without the market.
It must be, or there'll be no work for us.
Please. Our prior will answer all of your questions.
Philip, they are waiting for you.
Yes.
Can we stay in Kingsbridge? Or must we move on?
Commemorate the dead and injured.
Too many people have died. Many were injured. Among the dead is Tom Builder.
Oh no.
He died protecting our little Jonathan, for which I will be eternally grateful.
Tom Builder is dead.
What will happen to our cathedral now?
2 of our brothers have perished. Brother Arnaldus. And Brother Milius.
Yo, Mr. Dancer.
He rests by Cuthbert's side now.
It is indeed a lot of blood, Braxton.
And 8 more lives were taken.
Will the Earl of Shiring be judged for what he did?
He must be!
Yes, he must.
What about the saint?
Where is the saint?
Adolphus will protect us.
It would be better if you answer their questions.
Please tell us what to do.
Inspire confidence.
Brother Andrew is overseeing the repairs. And we will be able to continue the construction of our cathedral. Tom Builder's son, Alfred, will take over the position of Master Builder. Though it will take longer, for we will not hold a market again. And I am happy to welcome a new novice. Most of us are familiar with him, so I'm sure we all can share the sentiment that he will be very welcome in our priory.
Jack?
Jack. As was Tom's wish.
Why were we attacked?
Was that really the Earl of Shiring?
And the saint?
Yes! Yes, what about the saint?
It is very pretty.
He will answer your questions. All of them.
Is he not well? He looks pale.
Talk about the saint.
The rumors you have heard are true. The remains of Saint Adolphus were stolen from this crypt.
We are doomed.
The saint's gone.
Who took him?
Was it the Earl of Shiring?
Why would he do that?
Milius died to protect the saint. I saw it.
Please tell us.
Talk about the attack.
Tell us what will happen with
This attack.
With Kingsbridge.
Shall I continue for you, my prior?
No. This attack was a great tragedy. I cannot think of why anyone would do that to us. It is impossible to grasp how these men could just...
You went against the Earl of Shiring!
He said you defied him!
Philip was in the right. We had a market license.
Our prior was in the right, but we all knew what kind of man William Hamley is. Defiance will only lead to more grief.
I I agree.
You should have been more careful. We must never again hold a market.
No. No, we must not.
The Earl stole the saint because of Philip.
But it's not his fault, is it?
They all had to die for the market.
Why is he not answering?
Try again to inspire confidence.
Answer!
Why is he not saying anything?
How will we go on?
Why is God doing this to us?
Answer them?
No. I cannot give you confidence. The stories of how God tested the faith of his followers. I see now how true they are. I think you do as well. I am asking myself, where is God? Why did he not prevent all this? I do not know. I have no answer.
One day, God said to Satan, "Look at my man Job. There's a good man if ever I saw one." So Satan said, "You've given him everything. That's why he's a good man." But God said, even if he were to lose everything he has, his faith in me would not falter, and I will prove it to you.
You will burn in hell for this.
What? I defeated your greatest enemy. It was a holy mission.
It's not up to you to decide that. Even your father would not have been that foolish.
I am not my father.
They saw you. They know that the Earl of Shiring is a murderer. What if my allies in Kingsbridge were hurt? What then?
Absolve my sins.
Only if you announce your loyalty to King Stephen.
No, Stephen lost. He is weak.
Bishop Henry will not approve of me giving absolution to a supporter of Empress Maud. Are you a man of the church or not?
I am.
Then do as you are told. And never defy me again. Is that understood?
Yes, my bishop.
Wow, Valerian is even pissed at William now. You decided that Jack should become a novice. William Hamley killed Tom because he knew Timothy had failed. You can't marry with Ellen's herbs instead of prayers. Melius and many others died in the attack of Kingsbridge. Chapter 14.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Yo, Fornado, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Talk to Jack. Is he in the mill?
Oh.
One day we'll tell everyone everything about us, Ali. All of them.
Just saw you in my recommended list. Yeah, I've tried that before. It's good we didn't tell anyone.
It's good we didn't tell anyone. I'm glad for every moment we stole away from the world, while we still could.
I've tried several times to be unfollowed from channels, and yeah. It's great. path to the bridge.
I won't run away.
Okay.
He deserves to know.
Is he back in the mill?
Jack! Oh, what is he doing in there? Jack!
It has a lot of beautiful visuals, yes.
Oh, Jack.
At least I still have my hair.
Where can we go from here?
Anywhere we want.
What is this?
I told you I had a surprise for you. Remember? This is it.
What is it?
It's a first version of a fulling mill.
It's fulling the cloth all by itself using the motion of the water wheel.
Yes. What do you think? You'll be able to sell even more cloth, not just wool, like you wanted to.
It's a brilliant invention.
It's a brilliant invention. It's what I always wanted.
Then why do you look so sad?
William Hanley.
William Hamley.
We will go someplace else then, where he won't find us.
He will find me, wherever I go.
You can't just give up.
I'm not giving up. And I'm not running away. And because I'm not running away, there is something I have to tell you. It's not what I want to do. It's what I have to do.
I'll get married to support Richard.
I'm getting married to support Richard.
To whom?
It's not important. William will burn down anything that I build up. This is the only choice I have. My husband will pay for Richard's expenses. It's the only way my brother can protect our people.
I will marry you.
Psst, you're a monk. Tell him how you truly feel.
I love you, Jack. And I always will. But look at yourself. You are a good man, Jack. And monks can't marry.
Then I will stop being a monk.
And what then?
I don't know.
Give him hope.
Maybe when this is over, we can meet again.
But not like this.
No, not like this.
Don't say that.
What do you want me to do, game? I can just leave. I can't click on anything else.
Who is it?
What?
Who are you going to marry?
Alfred.
He has steady income from the houses he builds in Shiring and Winchester. And he is a master builder now.
What?
Dear Francis, I long for the day you can read all the letters I've written. Once, you asked me if I often think of our parents.
I do.
I do. And I often think of the day they were killed. And of how Abbot Peter took us in. Peter raised us and taught us about God. We grew up in the safety of the monastery. Only now have I begun to understand that outside the priory,
Fornado, just before you buy it, it's a visual novel. There's not much point and click. It's very narrative. So it's not your typical point and click. It's very narrative, full of lore, full of story. But of course, it's up to you. So if you like games with a lot of lore, a lot of story, a lot of talk, cutscenes and stuff, then it's your kind of game. Just don't expect like a point and click game. There are point and click elements to it, but not what you normally would see. It is. It's a beautiful game. The visuals are beautiful. The voice acting, the story, it's built on Ken Follett's novel, but it's not your typical point and click. Like, you do go around, you do give people stuff, and they're all small puzzles, but it's more heavy based on the novel part and the visuals. But for $2, it's
I
nothing.
have come to believe that if God existed, he would not allow all the pain and bloodshed. A few days ago, William
I have no idea.
Attacked us. Many died by their hand.
And I'm more surprised that it's made by Daedalic, that made like Deponia and Edna and Harvey and stuff like that.
I brought the devil to Kingsbridge, for I thought I had seen him in Lincoln. The last few nights I did not sleep. I was afraid that in my dreams I might flee from his grasp in blind terror toward the river and drown.
But the cool thing
like
is,
Prior James did.
You keep changing characters, so you see the story and the progression from different people and throughout the game.
But then, where is God?
What Abbot taught us was wrong. Most of what Abbot Peter told us was right. But it's a beautiful game.
Most of what Abbot Peter taught us was wrong. Where is that loving God to protect us? But in one thing, he was absolutely right. For he taught us about living in seclusion, away from sin, away from want, away from the world that turns man against man. I know I blamed you for what happened after we got involved with Bishop Waleran. I do not anymore. But I blame our church and men like Waleran, because they involved themselves in the bloodshed. As Peter taught us, I will go into seclusion. The answers I seek are not out there. Maybe I will find them in here. Where are you, Francis?
Put that away!
Stop it immediately!
No, Jack!
Oh!
Jack!
Jack! No! This is not what we do!
Get off me, you freak!
No!
Jack!
Take him away. Lock him up.
Let me just save the game, get more coffee, and I'll be right back. More coffee. I'll be right back. Let's continue. Find a way out. We got a bowl here. There's an opening. There's a wall. A door. I won't fit through here. Can I use my slingshot?
It's all useless.
Okay. Use it with the bowl?
No.
No. Use it with the
It's
door?
all useless. No.
Who's
Jack?
Ellen?
Mother? The water duct runs right under the cell. Look for a loose stone in the floor. It'll sound hollow.
What? How do you know that?
Mother said one of the stones will sound hollow.
Won't be able to lift it like this. As long as there's no place to fit my hands under the slab.
Can I use my slingshot on it?
Not this time.
I can use the bowl. I'm really hungry, but I'm not going to beg.
The slab is too heavy to pry out with this.
Another stone slab?
The bowl would crack. The slab's too heavy.
What about...
The bowl would crack. No, I just want to get out, then walk away and never come back.
Is there another stone slab?
The bowl would crack. The slab's too heavy. The bowl would crack.
This one here?
The bowl would That's what you get for helping to build walls. They put one right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just lift it up. No. No.
So where's the other stone slab? This one right here?
That would break the bowl.
Dude, help me a bit here. I guess
The
this is...
bowl would...
And we've tried this.
I won't fit through there.
Door?
I don't care who's on the other side. I have nothing to say to them.
Can
Nothing. I don't want anyone to come. I'm done with them. The bowl was...
So where's the other stone slab? I've tried all of them.
No. The slab is too heavy to...
And according to this is the last one.
With that hole, I could lift the slab out.
Jesus. Okay, never mind.
She was right.
Jack, tell me, was it about Aliena? I know about you two. I have known for a long time.
And how did you know how to get out of that cell? How did you know?
Your father. He was locked up in there as well.
Was he a monk?
No. They said he was a thief, but he was not.
Is it true then? What they say, that he was hanged in Shiring?
Yes, but he was innocent.
How? How did it happen?
Someone here in Kingsbridge gave him a jeweled cup and told him he could go. A mile down the road, he was arrested and accused of theft. It was like a game to them. They said he had stolen that cup from the Priory.
Who said that?
3 men. He managed to escape the way you did, but they caught up with him. They hanged him in Shiring.
Who were those men?
It does not matter. It is all in the past now.
Once you told me my father was a jongleur, that he came from France.
That is what he told me.
Who was Jack's father? According to Jack's mother, the rumors about his father are true. He really was hanged for theft in Shiring, yet Ellen claims that Jack Sherberg was no thief. She's convinced that the 3 men were responsible for his death. These men gave him a jewel cup from the Priory of Kingsbridge and later arrested him for theft. Ellen does not want to talk about the men responsible for Jack Sherberg's death. Who were they? And though she had been in love with the French jongleur, the circumstances of how he had come to England and where he had come from remain a mystery even to her.
You want to leave?
What if I have family there? There must be someone who remembers Jack Sherberg, right?
I knew this day would come.
I'm not a monk.
I know.
And I can't work here with Alfred.
I know. You really love her, don't you, Aliena?
Yes.
You truly are his son, Jack Jackson. This place is too small for you. After your father died, I went into the forest to get away from it all. But if you live like an animal, then they treat you like one. Do not let them, ever, find your way in the world. And when it leads you back to me, I want to hear lots of new tales.
Of course.
Those that killed your father, the people they killed, will return to haunt them. I promised them.
Waylaran disrespects you. After all I've done for him. Why rely on him for salvation? There are many priests, many bishops.
Maybe. But you are not making decisions for me either, Walter. No one is. If the Lord wants me to support Waileran, he will let me know.
And what if he does not? What then? Will you allow Waileran to order you around?
Close the door, it's cold.
Whew, it's getting cold. Yes?
I'm sorry for disturbing you on an important day like this, but have you by any chance seen Jack since yesterday?
Has something happened?
He's gone. We've been looking for him all morning.
Show your feelings.
He's gone?
Well, yes, and I'm afraid it is my fault. I had him locked away. But in the end, I just punished anger with wrath.
We have all failed him.
Oh, we've all failed him.
No, I am the one to blame, and I pray to make it right again. My monks are already trawling the woods. I myself will go to Shiring, while Martha is taking a horse to a cave he used to know. Please, don't let this spoil the first day of your marriage, when there should be only reason to rejoice.
Thank you.
They still haven't found him? How long has he been?
3 days.
3 days.
Well, I think he's gone for good. I love him like a brother. But first he tries to kill me. Then he runs off. Woody and his family's sick.
Are you hungry? I think I'll prepare some food.
Great. I'm starving.
Spices. There's a lot of spices left.
We've been married for what? A week?
5 days.
5 days.
That's almost a week. Yet, we still haven't... You know...
I'm sorry, I need time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want this to work, but I need time.
It's all right. Sometimes you look at me like you think your husband isn't a good man. But I am a good man. You'll see.
Finish another porridge for him.
You need any help?
You could prepare the meat.
How do I do that?
Oh, never mind. I've got it.
Idiot. I'm glad that he never touched me. Wow.
What are you cooking?
Frumenti.
What's going in it?
Wheaten ale with milk, spices, venison and eggs.
Well, as long as it tastes good.
Put the spices in.
It still needs eggs.
Okay. Do we have egg outside?
Where are you going?
Oh, nowhere. I just needed some more herbs for the soup.
Huh? I think everything you need's here.
Sound like some kind of porridge. Yeah, never heard of that. Fermenter or ferment? Where do we find the eggs? Oh. Here? "12 days later."
Today, I was thinking about what you and Philip did for our workers when they were afraid that they wouldn't be paid. Offering them coin to make them stay and feel safe. What if I did something similar? How about I could offer them pay in case something happens? Like an insurance. What do you think?
Could you afford it?
Could you afford it?
That's up to the prior to decide. He said he'd come over around noon tomorrow. Maybe he could eat with us. And you could help me explain the idea. If you want. I think it would be good for you to do something other than cooking and weaving. You haven't left the house in 2 weeks.
17 days.
17 days. Would you like venison with it?
No, thank you. I'm just here to talk.
Ascetic as always, I see.
It just turns more and more into a habit, really.
Alfred moved into the other room. He argued I snore too much. So he's slowly adding distance to us, Alfred. Let's talk to Philip.
So, you are suggesting that we promise the workers money if the construction is not completed?
Yes, as an insurance. Since the Fleece Fair, they've been quite worried. It would ease their minds a bit.
Yes, especially since they know they don't have to finish the cathedral in order to get rich. It sounds to me like we would be tempting them to fail deliberately.
I hadn't thought about that.
I think Alfred's plan is good. I agree it's a bad idea.
Philip is right. Your plan will only foster greed.
I don't know. I think the idea's good. My workers would know that they would get paid more if they finished the thing. They're not as greedy as you two make them. I just want to ease their minds a bit.
Yes, you said that. Your idea shows great compassion, Alfred.
Thank you, Father.
But Lady Aliena is right. Man's heart is cruel and wicked. It'd be only a matter of time till the devils of greed and fraud would find their way into Kingsbridge. But that's not the point I wanted to make. I could never promise them coin, because one cannot give what one does not have. Ever since the market collapsed, Kingsbridge is losing more than it earns. We may even run out before we complete the cathedral.
What? It was my father's dream to build that thing. We must finish it.
Please stop pitting yourself.
Please stop pitying yourselves, all of you.
What if we build faster? Make a new plan that will cost less? You always said a finished cathedral could draw people from far and wide, didn't you? People on their coin, right?
Is that an option?
It is. I've seen it done before. I can do it.
All right. I promise you, I will think about your proposal. Oh, milady, your soup.
It turned out better this time, I think. August.
Thank you. I'd never thought that my brother could work so hard.
He's trying to impress me.
He's trying to impress me.
But it is impressive, isn't it? I would never have thought. Really. Alfred has changed. He used to be such a bully. He seems really concerned about things now. About Kingsbridge, about you, about your family. I can't wait for you to give me a little nephew or niece.
We've never had sex.
That won't happen.
No?
No.
Oh. By the way, I got the blue dye you've been asking for. It's from a woad merchant in Winchester. Took me some time to find him.
Oh, thank you so much, Martha. I guess now I finally have to finish my weaving.
How's it going?
I'm taking my time.
I'm taking my time. I'm not in a rush.
What does Sir Richard think of the idea?
I haven't told him yet. When he comes here, he's mostly interested in coin. But that's the deal. He fights and I pay. It's an endless circle. The coat of arms shall remind us of who we are and where we come from, so we don't end up losing purpose.
Have you decided on an animal yet? You really should have an animal on it.
Bear, lion, eagle. An eagle.
It will sport an eagle.
An eagle. Flying among the clouds. I like that. Ali, I'm so sorry that I mentioned wanting a niece. I just thought, in the last month, that you were, well, growing a bit.
Oh, I'm just getting fat.
You're not getting fat?
You forget that there's not a lot for me to do other than sit around and eat.
Then we should take a hike soon. Stretch your legs and get some sunshine.
I'd like that. I would like that a lot. But not today. I need to finish the coat of arms first. Get it done while I still can.
September. Oh, God damn it. I can't have Jack's baby. I'm pregnant. Marrying Alfred was a mistake. Nothing he does pleases me. I try to be a good wife. I don't know what to do anymore.
I don't know what to do anymore. Marrying Alfred was a mistake. I knew it all along, but I saw no other choice. Not if I wanted to stop William Hamley. And Alfred was the only one promising to help me reclaim my father's inheritance. And ever since we've been married, he's been working deep into the nights to finish the cathedral. And when he's home, he expects nothing in return, although I can see so much longing in his eyes. He does whatever he has to do, yet none of it pleases me. Still, I try to be a good wife. I made a mistake. And to make things worse, I am pregnant with your grandchild.
You brought this on yourself. You had the love of your life, but you threw it away.
Wow. Do you scorn me for what I did?
Do you scorn me for what I did? No more than anyone else. First and foremost, I blame that priest who turned my son into a monk. But you're a very close second.
I will get Jack back.
What if I brought Jack back?
Oh, Aliena. Jack has left England. There's no possible way to find out where he went. I want you to know one thing. Jack loved you. For me, that makes you still family. If you can't have his baby, give it to me. I will raise it far away from this crooked world that had no room for my son.
I don't want to give our child away.
Then you cannot stay here. You cannot go on like this.
But I have to. Don't you understand? It's finished. I want you to wear it when you go to battle. To remind us of what we are fighting for.
Huh. Why an eagle?
It proudly rules from the skies.
Because it rises higher than any other animal and proudly rules from the skies. We must never forget our noble cause, and that we have to be an example for the people who look up to us.
You hear that, Alfred? I'm an eagle.
Grow up, Richard. This is important.
Sorry.
How's the war going, by the way?
How's your standing with the king?
How is your standing with the king?
It's getting better and better. The good thing is, William Hamley is turning out to be quite the lousy player.
You just
In our last
realized?
battle, he ran away when things started to get a bit tight. They say he was afraid to die before he settled matters with his mother.
His mother?
His mother?
No one's seen her in years, not since her husband died. But rumor has it she's still alive and joyfully pulling his strings. Mention her to William, and he goes as pale as a sheep. Ali, we are so close, but we need to be careful. We mustn't let our guard down.
Is there anything you need from me, Richard?
Well, a new saddle would be nice.
I'll see to it.
And a horse to put it on, of course. The last one caught quite a few arrows.
Okay.
Right.
I'll be out for a while. I've got some business at the market with Martha.
All right.
Aliena's coat of arms. Aliena's design of coat of arms serves as an emblem for her family, meant to be worn on a shield, surcoat, tabard or flag, and carried into battle. Each element on a coat of arms is meant to provide unique insight into the history and ideals of the carrier, which is why Aliena chose an eagle. They fly free and will never give up. We never slept with each other. Alfred gave up a long time ago. Get some air.
I can't believe you two have almost done it. You've almost won your father's earldom back.
Oh, don't say that until it's actually happened. I'll see you later in the evening.
Ah, there you are.
I always wondered what it would have been like to grow up in a forest.
Oh, it's cold. Very, very cold. When I was young, I spent a night in Ellen's cave. If it hadn't been for her soup, I would have died for sure.
Beyond the hills. Maybe one day we will travel again. Can't imagine a life like that. But then, once I could imagine in this life either. This is where Ellen and Jack came from. Ever since Alfred talked to Philip, they've been working hard. It's almost finished now.
What kind of soup?
I think it had deer in it.
Deer?
Yes. Jack had caught it before we met him. I think it was the only one he ever caught.
But hunting deer is...
I know. It's punishable by death. Jack never was one for rules and laws.
Right. He was always busy with something, just not with what Tom asked him to do.
Jack? Yes. Yes, he was.
You will be an aunt soon.
What?
But don't tell Alfred. I haven't told him yet.
You still think marrying him was a mistake?
I do.
I do too. But you did it for very good reasons. So, maybe it wasn't a mistake after all. Maybe it will work. Not in a loving way, but more like a partnership. You two seeing eye to each other.
Maybe. But the baby is not...
What was that?
no, the tower. March.
They built it too fast. Like the Babylonians, they sought to be grander than God, and for this we all have to suffer.
It was the stone roof. He started building a stone roof. If Papa had still been alive, he would have stopped him.
You're with child? How can you be with child if we never...
My cub is gone and will never return. You threw it all away for a life of lies and a kingdom of dust.
Without a cathedral, my mother will spend an eternity in hell. And by God, I hope you won't suffer the same fate for this.
If you would join
I can't
us.
stay. Not without work. And not like this. I'm sorry.
There's no need to cry.
Gary, welcome and thank you for the follow. Hope you're well.
There. We've
A
been
redhead
crying
like
for
her
far
dad.
too long now. Where do we go from here?
It's just me. Slave of pie is my bot. Do I need to take something with me before we leave? It's all gone. It died down. The house is all mine again. Alfred left Kingsbridge for good. It's in shambles, with no money to rebuild it. Oh shit. I guess we leave. Shiring.
We will build a cathedral right here, towering high above Shiring. But it will not be a cheap undertaking.
Money is no object. I shall build it for our Lord and my mother, so that the Lord will heal her.
I am sure he will. Ah, yes, there he is.
Who?
We will need a master builder.
My bishop, I think I have the right man.
Regimus. Alfred.
My bishop, my name is Alfred Builder.
Thank you, I'm well. I hope you're the same, Gary. Is this the end of book 2? Yeah, I think this is the end. You finished book 2. You tried to be kind during the breakup with Jack. You do not believe God exists. You chose an eagle for your coat of arms. You didn't support Alfred's idea to help the workers. In your marriage with Alfred, you grew desperate. You left Kingsbridge for good. You finished book 2.
Next time on The Pillars of the Earth. Witness the climactic final part of the series.
It's time we take back what was taken from us.
It's time to face our enemies.
It is time to make a stand for what we believe in.
The Pillars of the Earth. Book 3. The Eye of the Storm.
We're gonna start on book 3. So this is the end of book 2. I'm just gonna skip the ending credits, since we already seen it. Let's start the book.
The White Ship. She was one of the fastest vessels that was ever built. The man who should be king of the English now, the son of King Henry, was on board when she sailed off. And with the prince there were 140 knights and many nobles, all on their way from Normandy to England. They say the ship hit the rocks, and then a fire broke out. Even before the White Ship had departed, the prince and his men had begun to drink and get violent. Monks that were meant to bless the voyage were then forced to disembark. Some say the ship had been cursed. The king's son and many of his family were pulled down into the Black Sea that night.
You're right, Braxton. Could also mean the slowest. 1142.
You're forgetting one important detail. Not only these monks, but also Stephen of Blois, the king's nephew, left the ship before it embarked. They say he got ill.
That old rumor.
The same Stephen who calls himself the King of the English now.
What? That cannot be a coincidence.
Yes, it can be. Of course he's king now. He survived. He is the king's nephew.
What do you think, my lord?
I think Stephen is a clever man. Clever enough to have his whole family perish. But why he would want to rule that god-forsaken rock, I will never understand.
What makes you say that? I love my country.
Then why are you leaving?
Well, because I want to see something new.
I'll tell you what you're going to see. A proper country, where people know how to behave.
What about you? Why are you leaving?
I'm looking for someone.
I'm looking for someone.
For who? I guess I should stay out of other people's business. Forgive me.
You English do talk a lot, don't you?
I just don't know how to feel about leaving my country for the first time. I mean, how should anyone feel?
Hopeful.
Hopeful?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just running away.
You should all get some rest. It will not be long now till we reach Cherbourg.
Thank the Lord. I can't wait to be back.
I hope that is William. Or maybe that's my dad. The Eye of the Storm, Book 3, Chapter 15.
In the late summer of 1142, I had left my home country, England, for good. My old life lay in shambles, as did my former home of Kingsbridge. Having failed both my friends and family, I had set out to find my baby's father, the man I still loved with all my heart, Jack Jackson. And so early one morning in July, I finally arrived on the shores of Normandy. With nothing on me but a pouch of coin and a young, curious face yet unnamed, who was just as unfamiliar to this new world as was I.
The White Ship. The sinking of the White Ship in 1120. The White Ship was one of the fastest ships of its time. It was steered by the son of the captain of the Mora, the ship that brought William the Conqueror from Normandy to England when he invaded England in 1066. Like his father before him, the captain of the White Ship gladly offered his vessel to many members of the royal household of King Henry for passage on their travel from Normandy to England to visit the king. But like all of the poor souls who went aboard that ship, the captain did not survive the voyage. In the dark of night, the ship hit rocks and fire broke out. The ship was dragged into the dark abyss of the sea, and with it many of the knight's heirs. Stephen of Blois was meant to be on board as well, but it is said a sudden sickness caused him to leave the ship before it set sail. That November night, as the White Ship sank, Stephen became the last remaining male heir to the English throne, and thus some claim he was responsible for the sinking. Heard about a lot of fighting for that castle. Let's talk to Mason.
You're still here?
Oh, it's you. I'm just trying to get my feet used to good solid ground again. The last bit of our voyage wasn't exactly my pint of ale.
You're a mason, right?
That hammer you're carrying, do you happen to be a mason?
Actually, I am. You have a keen eye, mistress.
I guess I just know a mason when I see one.
To be honest, I haven't been one long. Just finished my apprenticeship in Salisbury. Before that, I used to shear sheep with my parents, but I guess that wasn't really for me. Father still hates me for leaving, though.
I left my old life as well.
I left my old life as well.
Scary, isn't it? To start off fresh and all that.
Well, you definitely sound more excited than scared.
Oh, I am excited. Wouldn't anyone be?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm looking for someone.
I'm looking for someone. A red-haired mason called Jack Jackson. He came to France about a year ago or so.
A fellow mason, great. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know a thing. After all, I just arrived here with you.
I know, but should you meet someone like that on your journey, tell him Aliena of Shiring is looking for him.
All right. Jack Jackson. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
Where would a mason go find work?
What will you do to find work here as a mason?
Don't know. That's for me to find out. All I heard was that the wages are better over here.
So you'll just travel from town to town and look for employment?
Right. And I'll start in Lassay. A fellow mason told me about the abbey there. He said these Normans build their churches quite differently than we do back home. I need to see that with my own eyes. Maybe learn a thing or two.
Maybe Jack went to see the abbey in Lassay. Do many masons go there?
Do many masons go to Lassay?
I dunno. It's really just a tiny town. The mason who told me just happened to do some repairs there once. It's likely he told others as well.
Leave.
Have a safe journey.
Oh, thank you. You too.
I kind of like that the baby's part of my inventory. Not Jack.
What's the way to Lassay?
Well, that's quite far. Ask a maid to take you there by coach.
Good day. I am looking for someone. A traveller who came through here last summer. Oh, hush now. I need to talk to this man.
Looks young.
He was born at the beginning of summer.
What's his name?
I haven't given him one yet.
You should. He needs to know who he is. Makes growing up a lot easier. You said you're looking for someone.
He looks a bit like you, actually.
The man I'm looking for looks a bit like you, actually. A bit more boyish, though.
So he has red hair, but no beard. Well, I don't know every redhead around these parts. There are quite a few of us. Most of my family here in Cherbourg is ginger.
Oh, his name is Jack Jackson, and he is a mason.
No. No, sorry. I haven't seen him. And I come here every day. Maybe May saw him. She helps the sailors get their cargo to the nearby towns. Carries travelers, too.
I'll ask her. Well, thank you.
They're bargaining for passage. There's the couch woman.
Where did you go, Jack?
Just ask her about Jack.
Have you seen a red-haired mason? You must have landed here sometime late last summer.
Another ginger in Normandy? I wouldn't have noticed, even if he was carrying a hammer instead of a fishing rod. Maybe you should ask someone in Barfleur. That's where all the travellers come through, the pilgrims and kings. Their lot rarely lands in Cherbourg, with the fortress passing back and forth between Stephen of Blois and Geoffrey of Anjou. Why you even came to Cherbourg in the first place baffles me.
It was the earliest ship I could get.
You must be in some hurry, madam.
Let's just say I needed to get away before I changed my mind.
Fine with me. Who am I to judge?
Maybe in Belfleur someone saw Jack. Do you know the road to Lesse?
Do you know the road to Lesse?
Been there, seen it. But I hope you're not planning to go there on foot. Tell you what, you give me some coins and I'll treat you to me wagon. You can even change your destination once we're on the road. What'd you say?
What other routes are there?
What other routes are there, besides going through Barfleur?
Oh, I don't know, really. You need to ask the locals about that. But Barfleur sounds like a good place to start. Shake my hand and I'll take you there.
Let's leave for now.
Travelling by coach is a lot less strenuous than walking. Your little worm deserves some warmth and a rocking carriage.
Anything else to the right here, maybe? No. There's the stall. Another stall. The guy that looks not like Jack. Guess we leave.
Hey, you. That's quite a bundle you got there. Where are you headed?
I'm ready to leave Cherbourg.
All right. Take me out of town.
All right. Where do you need to be?
Let's go to Barfleur.
We went to Barfleur, a scenic port town built on granite. It was the biggest harbour in Normandy and the main entry point for the Normans to their new possession of the Isle of England. I talked to some of the sailors and fishermen, but no one had remembered seeing Jack. How could they? Almost a year had passed since he, a simple mason, had journeyed through the busy town, a town with no memory other than that of the last king who passed through on yet another one of his violent conquests. Maybe I was approaching this the wrong way. What had drawn him to France in the first place? The distance to Kingsbridge? Or something specific? What was my lead?
Let's go to Lessay.
Lessay was tiny, but as it turned out, worth the trip. In the small abbey church of the Trinity, I met a monk who claimed to have talked to a man fitting Jack's description. He'd been fascinated by the abbey's rib vaulting and had asked the monks countless questions about the place's construction. The monk apologized that he couldn't tell me where Jack had traveled next, but I didn't mind. I lay down to sleep on the floor of the abbey guest house and, for the first time in almost a year, I felt relief. As I drifted into sleep, I hugged our baby tight and whispered into his tiny pink ear, "We're going to find your daddy."
Let's go to Mount Saint Michel.
My father had once told me tales of the Mont Saint-Michel. Long ago, the Archangel Michael had urged Hubert of Avranches to build an abbey on a lonely rock on the ocean by burning a hole into his head. They say one can go and see his penetrated skull on display in the church of his hometown. It was a windy day when I arrived, and the place was crowded with pilgrims and jongleurs. I remembered Jack's fascination with these tellers of stories. I spoke to one who was just taking a break. As it happened, he had indeed met Jack, although not in Mont Saint-Michel, but on a road heading east from there. Apparently, Jack had been hopelessly tracking jongleurs who might have known his father, Jack Cherbourg. But as he'd been gradually running out of money, he'd intended to look for work in Le Mans or Tours. That was about 6 months ago. I was catching up.
Let's go to Le Mans.
Going to Le Mans reminded me of all the trouble I'd left behind in England. 30 years ago, Le Mans had been conquered by the Plantagenet Geoffrey of Anjou, Maud's husband. And although they'd held it ever since, other noble families kept on pulling at the city, like Maud and Stephen tearing at England. There was no sign of Jack, but I got news of a new kind of cathedral being built in Saint-Denis, just north of Paris. It was possible that Jack had gone there to learn from the craftsmen. That was, if he hadn't travelled further south, looking for work in one of the many churches in Tours, the hometown of Saint-Martin.
Damn! We're going on a trip here. Let's go to Saint-Denis.
North of Paris, I visited the construction of the great cathedral of Saint-Denis. It was far from finished, but already I could feel its magnificence. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I assumed if Jack had come near Paris, he would have ended up here. Unfortunately, I was wrong. No one among the army of masons raising the cathedral of Saint-Denis had known him. My stomach churned when I realized that my strenuous walk to Paris had been for naught.
Let's go to Tours. After 2 months on the road, Tours, Central France. Oh, look. Is that a sparrow? Like the ones Tom used to make. Back in Kingsbridge. Everything feels so far away now. Pointy arc. Aren't they usually round? Never seen like them like this. Statue of Mother Mary. You and me both know being a mother is not easy. Let's ask him about
I should
Jack.
talk to him first.
Oh, come on.
Good day. Are you the master builder?
What is it?
I'm looking for a mason who may have passed through here. An Englishman with carroty hair. He calls himself Jack Jackson.
A redhead?
Yes. Did you see him? He might have asked for work here.
No, I'm not looking for new masons. We're just doing repairs.
Ah, but was he here?
No, never seen him. Now, stand back, woman. Something could fall on your baby's head.
Are there other construction sites around Tours?
Are there other construction sites around Tours?
Well, yes. It's a big town.
And where would an outsider most likely find a job?
Dunno. Ask around.
I was told he came here. You hesitated when I mentioned a redhead.
You hesitated when I mentioned a redhead. Are you sure you haven't seen him?
Yes, I am sure.
May I talk to your workers?
May I talk to your workers?
No, they're busy. And I can assure you they have nothing to say on that matter.
Perhaps I'll talk to them once they've finished for the day.
It would be a waste of time.
He's what? He's somewhat hostile.
All right, he was here. Was working for me. But I had to throw him out after 2 or 3 days.
Why?
Because he was all want. Let me redesign the roof, let me make the nave lighter. All pretty ideas, but he never shut up long enough to do the work he was supposed to do. Shit, that man was almost as needy as my son when he was still a brat.
He does know a lot about his craft.
Well, I know masons like him. They grow up gifted, but without a mote of discipline in their guts. Can't work with someone like that.
Do you know where he went next?
No idea. Maybe to Limoges or Angoulême. Maybe even to La Rochelle. Seemed to have plans for every cathedral on God's green earth, but none for himself.
I understand. I'll leave you to it then.
Bon voyage.
Let's go to...
We had just left Tours when I suddenly felt dizzy. I stopped and made rest, trying to catch my breath, then lost my breakfast in a ditch at the side of the road. To my horror, our baby too had grown pale, his breath shallow like that of an old man. I tried not to panic, but the next inn was a long distance away and we couldn't stay on the road where it was wet and cold.
Doesn't look very wet and cold, but okay. Head back and rest.
Back in Tours, the fever got worse. I remember people carrying me into a room, laying me on a bed. I tried to feed my baby, but after that, everything turned into a blur. When I awoke, Jack was standing next to my bed. He scolded me for following him. "You know you could go anywhere you want," he whispered. "Why be stupid and follow me?"
I think that's a dream.
I tried to answer, but he just opened the window and jumped out, heading toward ancient Greece, or maybe all the way to Arabia. And in my feverish mind, I followed him.
Let's go to Arabia. So now we're dreaming? Crazy.
The further I went, the angrier I got. For years, I'd been fighting for my family. I'd committed myself to an oath to my father. I'd built up a business to sustain it and even married a man I despised so I could create a future for the people around me. I'd known nothing but my duty to the men in my life, while the man I was trying to find lived a life of casual irresponsibility. He traveled the world on a whim to learn about mathematics and philosophy, while I had to raise the child he'd fathered. When could I ever do anything just for myself? I asked the world as I went on.
I can't go to Greece. I guess I have to go back to Kingsbridge? A heavy dream.
I'd travelled in a circle all the way to the edge of the world and back, only to return to the place of our failure. With my eyes closed, I listened to the sound of ripping yarn and crumbling walls, and of coaches carrying good people away into a cloud of crimson dust. When the last moat had settled, I opened my eyes again and found myself in a dirty little room. An old maid was sitting next to my bed and smiled at me, then handed me my baby. Oh, dear God, he still looked so pale.
Feed him.
I tried to feed him, but he refused. Oh, please, God, let him live. Don't punish him for my own sins. I gently caressed his head until finally he put his mouth to my breast and drank more and more, becoming greedier with every swallow. We had both been spared. We rested one more day. Then I gathered my things and headed back to the cathedral to thank the Lord for his mercy.
We need to thank the Lord for sparing our baby's life. And I think I'm gonna put an end to this. Or actually go to bed, because it's 5 a.m. and I'm tired. Save. So I think I'm going to bed. Because I'm tired. Good night, Braxton.